All right, we've come to the end of this particular section. So let's do a summary of the section. Let's take a look at what we've talked about. Definitely, we talked about the TCP/IP model. We saw that there were two TCP/IP models, right? We have the 4-layer application transport internet and link, or it could be called network. It's okay. And then we have application transport network data link and physical. That's the one they're using now. That's the new one Cisco put in their certification exam. So be wary of the questions that you're being asked. Read carefully when they talk about which TCP/IP model is in use, which is 5-layer, is there a 4-layer, what are the layers, things of that nature. What layers were broken down? The link layer was broken down into data link and physical. And just so you know, I should say it right here. Figure 1-15 OSI compounded to be 2 TCP/IP models. All right, this is from the actual official cert guide. So I'm not pulling this out of anything. This is straight from them. All right, so now you know. All right, and again, everything maps over to the OSI model. Everything maps over to the OSI model. As you can see, transport, network to internet to network, transport. It's all the same. That has never changed. Whatever happens in the transport layer goes all the way across to the TCP/IP. Whatever happens in the network goes to the internet and the network. It's the same thing. Think about it. The internet, you're networking. What are you doing in the internet? You're going from one network to another network. How do you get there? By routing. So you're, whether it be a routing internally in your office or you're routing out into the internet, doesn't matter. So everything happens there. And then transport, obviously, the TCP, the connection oriented, the sequencing, the windowing, the acknowledgments, all that good stuff. And then the physical is the physical. Oops, sensitive board. The physical is the physical. Here we're dealing with our cabling, all right, our concentrators, our connectors, our hubs, things of that nature. And then we have, where it be DCE, B.35 cables, serial cables, crossover cables. Data link, dealing with frames, all that. So know how this maps over to the OSI model. It's not that difficult. Know that there's now new 5-layer TCP, which is not new. It's been around for a while. All right, but now they're adapting it. All right, and we did break down each layer, what protocols work in each layer in the TCP/IP model. But remember, whatever protocols work here. Okay, as you can see that. But again, once we get into the OSI model, we'll talk about the OSI model again briefly, just so you get an understanding. Because remember, all these standards are blueprints. They're just guidelines that we follow to help us network, to understand how networks work. That's all they are. Okay? Guidelines, blueprints for us to follow. All right? Well, that's it. That's what we went over in this particular section about the TCP/IP model, the types of networks. Don't forget that, whether it's a small office, home office, or it's a business network. And then we took a look at each layer of the TCP/IP model. See everyone in the next lecture.